A word of caution when you're upgrading to Adobe's Creative Cloud 2015.3. That includes Premiere, After Effects, Photoshop, Lightroom, etc. Except SpeedGrade. They've ditched that one, but that's another video. When you're upgrading to Creative Cloud 2015.3, be very, very careful that you either know that you're deleting your old software and you're replacing it with the new 2015.3, or you click the advanced options setting when you're going to download. There's a small little option setting where you can click for more features under the advanced section, and there's a checkbox that by default will remove your old versions. If you want to keep CC 2014, 2015, the older versions that you might need for legacy projects, you have to make sure that box is unchecked. If that is checked, your old applications will be gone and you'll have to re-download them in the future. This became a problem with one of the people that I work with. He wanted to upgrade, test out the new features, and then he went to open his older project with an older version of CC 2015 or 2014 just to test it out, to see how it compared, and they were no longer there. It didn't even really say that the applications were gone because the icons were still in the dock. There were still some files and folder structures that looked like the applications were there, but they were gone. And he had to go re-download it, and it was a whole complicated issue. I even reached out to Adobe, and then by the time they got back to me, we had already figured it out. But essentially, you have to make sure that that checkbox is either checked or unchecked, and it's really unfortunate that Adobe hides that in the advanced options section when you upgrade your software. I think it should be a little bit more prominent, and I think by default, it should keep your older stuff. I know there's a lot of people out there who like to keep their operating systems clean and just upgrade, but when you're doing these big milestone changes like Adobe has been doing year to year, even though it's not 2016, it's 2015.3, it's still separate applications and standalone from, it's not just an upgrade to 2015, it's a separate application, 2015.3. And when you upgrade like that and you do that big upgrade, most of the time, I think you want some software to fall back on, If you're upgrading as a test to see what the waters are like and see how it's going to go, you want to be able to revert back. At least I would imagine most professionals would want that option. You wouldn't want to just go in blindly to this brand new software without any kind of safety net. And so I think by default that shouldn't be checked, but it is. So be aware of that if you're planning to upgrade to 2015.3. And do be aware that Premiere no longer directly links with SpeedGrade. There's no 2015.3 version of SpeedGrade. So if you like SpeedGrade, well, I guess you're out of luck. I really like SpeedGrade. I made another video kind of ranting about how I think they should keep it, but that is good to know. So if you have older projects that rely on SpeedGrade and Premiere and you want to go back and color it, and you just go full steam ahead with 2015.3 and you lose your older applications, at some point you're probably going to have to go back and re-download them. So just uncheck that box. Make sure you upgrade in a safer manner rather than diving all the way in, because oftentimes these newer releases are filled with bugs, and the last thing you want is to be stuck with the new stuff that's buggy when what you had before was working just fine.